Hey everyone, it's Dr. Amy Abelar with Acupuncture Practice Systems. This is another video in our series, The Intersection of Motherhood and Entrepreneurship. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how my second maternity leave actually gave birth to an entirely new business. One of the main reasons why I started Acupuncture Practice Systems was because I had an entrepreneurial fire that was not being fulfilled with me being at home so much. I had less help with childcare for my second maternity leave. Literally for the first 6 months of my daughter being born, I had my office manager who used to also help babysit for me a long time ago. She came over and she watched my daughter for a half day on Thursdays, and I came in and just treated my follow-up patients for like the first 6 months of being back from maternity leave. That was extremely hard for me to only be able to be in the office for a half day, and I couldn't do any entrepreneur things during that time or any office related things during that time, even though I had a lot of other staff. Because I literally was there, I was booked back to back with patients, and then I had to get right back home. So that 4-hour, 5-hour chunk that I came and worked, it worked out fine for me for a little while because I did have another acupuncturist who was working for me. So any new patients were seeing her. And then also right before I left on maternity leave, I did not take new patients for a while because I knew I was going to be gone, and I knew that I wasn't going to have that much help with maternity leave as far as childcare goes when I was returning back to work. So I didn't take on any new patients for a little while. So, and obviously we know some follow-up patients don't need ongoing support. So I just had my regulars that were seeing me as follow-ups that I would fit in 1 half day a week, and that was kind of it. So I did that for like the first 6 months. And then after that, I had 1.5 days a week that I treated patients. And that was for the next year until my daughter was about 1.5 years old. So really went from doing half day a week for the first 6 months to doing 1.5 days a week for the next year after that. And so, you slowly build yourself back up. But I talk about the postpartum time period and adjusting your schedules and all that in another video. This video is basically talking about how Acupuncture Practice Systems was born because I knew that I love business and I knew that I love acupuncture, and I want to be able to see acupuncturists succeed. And I've been able to grow a very successful business and successful practice by hiring another acupuncturist and hiring other massage therapists and renting out rooms to other wellness providers who send us referrals and networking with other providers in the area, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so now I've grown this very successful business, and I wanted to be able to help other people and other providers have that same success. But I needed to be able to do something in a way that fueled my entrepreneurial fire and also was something I could do at home while my baby was napping or early in the morning before anybody else was awake because of lack of childcare, right? So I needed something I could do from wherever and something I could do in smaller spurts because obviously coming into the office and treating patients requires me to have childcare available so that I can be present with patients and be physically here and not bring a crying baby to work. And so that was kind of how that whole thing got born. I started by creating one CEU that was business related for acupuncturists. And then I created another one and another one and another one. And then I started realizing I have so much content and systems and templates and documents and marketing materials and social media images and blogs and just brochures and booklets and a whole bunch of things, and 18 years worth of experience in doing this and growing this, that I decided I wanted to be able to put all of that 18 years worth of content and experience into a membership system so that other acupuncturists can access it so that they can have that success as well. So I created 3 different tiers. There's roots for people who are just starting out that really just need I need to know how to get my EIN. I need to know how to choose a business name. I need to know what I need to have on my website. I need to know what to look for in a lease agreement, the types of things to inventory to start. I need to understand how to figure out my break-even point. All of those things are in Roots. And then Flow is for acupuncturists who they're already established, but they feel like they need help with bringing more patients in the door, how to have better conversations with patients, how to get patients to come back for reoccurring treatment, how to get referrals, how to network with other providers. So that's really where Flow shines. Flow also gives access to all of our social media, blogs, etc., marketing materials, images, B-roll that we've taken in our own office of us treating patients that you're licensed to use. And then Clinical Architect is our third tier, and that's for people who are looking to hire and onboard another either massage therapists or other acupuncturists, also for hiring receptionists. And we have training materials for each of those. We have job descriptions, interview questions, video coaching videos on how we run our interviews, what we're looking for people, how we train them. We have just so much content for hiring other providers, as well as renting out rooms. If you want to rent out a room to another wellness provider or somebody else, we talk a whole bunch about that. Sample lease agreements, sample room for rent documents, just all of the things. So I realized that because I had all of this information and I've already done all of these things, I wanted to be able to make it available and accessible to other acupuncturists, because I love Chinese medicine and I love business and I want to see all of us succeed. Unfortunately, we don't get taught that in our grad school for Chinese medicine. And so I think it's extremely important, because while you may be a wonderful practitioner, if you don't have the business side of things, it's going to be very challenging for you to try to make it, to try to be successful. And there's lots of ways that we can be successful, and really you've got to diversify some of your time. We go through all of this we go through little bits of it through the YouTube channel. I'll talk about a few different things, but we also go through so much of this and cover a extreme wide variety of topics in acupuncture practice systems. So it was something that I worked on and I've grown during my maternity leave, continuing to dump in, here's the template. This is when you're going to use it, how you're going to use it. And over the last many months, I've just continued to dump in all of these things that I have. And I hope that they will bring you so much success. If you're interested in subscribing to the membership, you can do so in the link in this video here. And I will see you there. But yeah, it was amazing. I've been so thankful and so blessed to be able to have so many acupuncturists that I've already been able to help with achieving their success. And I hope you'll be the next.